Welcome to Coffee and Tequila. Today is Wednesday. What is today? What is today? Is coming out Thursday.
15th. The 15th.
It's always gonna mess us up. We recorded the day.
You've had too much Sugar Island rum.
Today's July 15th that you're listening to this. This is Thursday. We are here. We're happy. Had some cool news today in regards to the Britney Spears conservatorship hearing that was scheduled for today, July 14th. So we're going to discuss that. And then we also have the Loki.
Finale. And we'll be doing a more in-depth review for my channel here soon for Alastair Reviews It. But we'll be having a conversation about the finale today, and I don't know. I think today was a stressful day for me. I know, because I went back for after going on leave for about 11 days, if we include our weekends. So today was a stressful day. So it was nice to come back. We had a friend over. We watched Romy and Michelle's high school reunion.
Such a good movie.
And the Loki episode. It is such a good movie.
Yeah, it really was your day back. So I could tell you were very stressed. And so I just kept telling you, man, hey, like, take it in steps, okay? You know, you're coming home at lunch. Mm-hmm. That's good. And then at lunch, I'm like, okay, you're already halfway through the day. Now and then you just look forward to coming home, and we'll have lasagna. Sage will come over. We'll watch a movie, and it's going to be a good day.
Yeah, it was definitely one of the more stressful days that I've had. When I was a kid, I remember my, this is going to sound bad, my chauffeur wasn't available. And my mom, it was like my mom or my dad had to drive me to school, and I was at school late, and I hated being late because I had like such anxiety.
Yeah.
And so instead of going into class, I hid in the bushes for like hours until my teachers found me.
Monkey in the bush.
What?
Monkey in the bush.
I don't know what that means. But I hid in the bushes for like hours until my teachers found me. And that's kind of how it felt like today. Like, I had such anxiety about coming back, even though, like, because I'd had somebody, like, taking care of, like, everything up until now. And, like, I like to be very prepared. I like to know what's going on in situations when I come into these situations. And it's always weird whenever I remove myself and put myself back in.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, there wasn't a whole lot I could do in terms of, like, relieving your stress, and I did try, but sometimes you just got to go through it, you know? You're just getting back into the groove of it, and hopefully it won't be like that going forward, or, you know, hopefully it'll get a little bit better.
Yes, one day.
Yeah.
I
just don't know. You know, I just don't know what
you
to
know
do
what?
here.
I just appreciate you being here for me.
I know, but like, I really I don't know what I can do.
I just appreciate you being here for me and being understanding. That's everything that I hope for. So thank you for that.
I guess, I don't know. It doesn't feel like enough. Yeah, let's not bring the mood down. That's kind of bringing my mood down now. Okay. You're not bringing my mood down.
I meant it to be like
I don't like you feeling like this,
curiosity.
and it makes me feel helpless, and I don't like the feeling of being helpless, you know. I'm a solution-based person, and I'm like, how do I fix this?
You are a solution-based person. I am too, but you are more so. And then sometimes we just need to talk things out. I think, like, I think for the most part, I do think men tend to be more solution-based, more so than, like, conversation-based. And I think that's something that, as men, we need to work on.
That.
It's just something I've seen in my own experience. And with my experience with you and I.
I've seen men, and especially with you and I, be more buried under the rug, sweep it under the rug, rather than solution or conversation.
Oh, no. I think sweeping it under the rug or bottling it
Is
up
that
inside.
The solution?
It's either bottling it up inside or fixing it for men. Like, talking about it, having it, hashing it out on the table is the last actual thing you're going to do.
Well, it makes me feel helpless, and I don't like that.
Well, do you remember Helpless, the Buffy episode, where she was in an insane asylum?
Drinking Sugar Island coconut rum, by the way. Drinking my pain away here. If you've ever had Sugar Island coconut rum, it's freaking fantastic. I would highly recommend anybody getting it.
It's also great for your pancakes.
Yeah,
Do you think it'd work?
I think so. I think so. But we're gonna get into the episode. I don't know.
Oh my god!
Why
are you bringing it down?
I'm bringing it down.
I am trying to be upbeat, Zachary. I'm being upbeat. You are being beat down.
I feel bad. I feel like, what can I do for you? Like, I don't want you to dread going to work. I don't want you to dread, like, this thing that you have to do every day. And, like, it makes me feel sad for you. And I don't know.
Well, you know it's particularly, like, bad when we have, like, long weekends or I take leave and I come back. It's just my own constitution. It's just, like, my own way of, like, going about things, and I think that's okay. I think we all have stressors in our lives, and for me that's that, and I just wanted to talk about it because it's real, and I want to make this podcast / video real, you know, like this is like.
Well then, okay, so then I kind of am nervous about, like, letting you just go to bed, because I know how you are, and I know that you start to get, like, anxiety attacks and, like, panic attacks and stuff like that. And now I'm like, oh, well, if you go to bed, what if you get one of those? Like, I can't just, because I can't go to bed with you tonight.
I know.
I have to edit tonight. I have to be up, like, pretty much all night tonight.
And that's fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to brew myself some peppermint tea, because for me, I find that very soothing, and I'm going to drink my peppermint tea, finish a chapter of the book I'm reading right now, and then, like, use it as kind of like my relaxation time.
I could probably edit in the bed, but I don't want you to, like.
You can if you want.
I don't want the screen to, like,
it's not
distract you or keep you awake.
Okay, I don't. It's gonna stress me out. You stressing out about me stressing.
Oh, we're past that. That train's already gone. I'm stressing now.
Anyways. But I do think it's time for us to talk about a little bit of Britney Spears.
Britney Spears had her court hearing today, conservatorship court hearing on July 14th. And so, there was a couple. I have not been able to find a transcript from the internet. I've been looking and I cannot find one. So I'm kind of going based off of what people who were in the courtroom were saying, and some people that have, like, recapped everything that happened in the courtroom. And so I'm going to go based off of this as a Twitter user that one of my favorite Britney podcasts actually retweeted. So I'm going to trust this one for now. At Noted Your Honor on Twitter. They kind of gave a rundown, like a brief overview of everything that happened. So basically, Britney went into court today and she wanted to speak. She wanted to, she had an attorney that she was wanting to have appointed, an attorney of her choosing. And then Sam Ingham, her coin-appointed attorney right now, was supposed to resign. And so he did resign, and the judge did grant Britney the attorney of her choosing. So Matthew Rosengart, and it's pretty big that that she was able to choose an attorney of her choosing. I mean, like 13 years and she was never allowed to choose her own attorney. It's just...
It's insane. And you showed me a video of her attorney, her new attorney, speaking to the press. And I'm really hoping that this is, like, a really good thing for her. And I'm hoping that he's really in it to help her out. And I'm really, really glad that she is able to recognize the fans that has helped shine light on her situation and get her to this place.
So Britney got to speak again. She spoke again, or she spoke like 3 weeks ago. So she got to speak again in court this time, but it wasn't recorded. So I haven't seen a recording or anything like that. If there is one, I'd love to hear it. But she was crying a little bit. She was asking the court to just basically end her conservatorship. It's not going to happen that easy. It's ridiculous. It's not going to happen that easy. But she was crying about that, and she was detailing kind of why she doesn't want her dad Jamie on as her conservator, and I think she made a pretty good point. Like she said, I don't know. She brought up a couple different things. Like he one time was calling her while he was drunk at her beach house in Destin, Florida, and then he broke the door down. Do we remember this? Like 2 years ago, he broke the door down and like violently like shook her son. By the way, he has a restraining order against him for that.
Yes.
For both of the boys, both of her boys. That which is freaking ridiculous. That a man who has a restraining order against him on part of the of his grandkids can be a conservator for his daughter. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me.
I feel like it calls everything into question.
Yeah. And this wasn't really mentioned in here, but like we kind of put this into perspective yesterday because we were talking about this yesterday, kind of talking about what was going to be talked about. And we were doing some of the math, and like she gets $2,000 a week allowance. That's $8,000, and he gets $16,000 a month. She gets $8,000 a month. He gets $16,000 a month, plus like $2,000 for
it's like $2,000 something for like office
space rental or something like that. And so it's
that's
insane.
Not including extra like employees, stuff like that.
Yeah, she has been out working. She has been dancing around the stage and everything like that, and he's making double. He gets double a month than she does. Like, what is any of this sense?
It's actually insane because, like, yes, $8,000 for the average person is a lot of money.
It is.
I do want to say that. However,
she's not the average person.
You're not. Yes, because she's operating at a different level. I'd say, usually at this level, you would most likely, and I think it just comes with the realm. You would have a glam squad. You'd be expected to like keep yourself up to a certain point where you would have to spend a decent, I would say, amount of money, not an extravagant. She shouldn't have to spend a hugely extravagant amount of money for this, but she can spend a little bit of money on this. But even before this, last time she talked about how she wasn't able to get her nails done, she wasn't able to get her hair done. She's not really able to take care of herself in a way that makes her feel like comfortable.
Well, she did detail in here too that she feels like her family and the people running this whole show, have been trying to make her look crazy and feel crazy, and that she's not crazy, but basically she's describing gaslighting here and everything like that. Like she's just. She seems very, very angry. She seems very upset, rightfully so, and I'm glad she's finally speaking out. It seems more like she kind of got a taste of like speaking out, and now she's just like ready to just do it, keep speaking out, and I'm hoping she does.
I am loving it. You showed me a video earlier.
I don't think that was. I'm not entirely sure how much of that was her though, because that was an old video.
Oh no! The video was of Buffy season 5.
Oh yeah. I'm not going to describe it, but there was a Buffy season 5 kind of clip that,
where she faces the Watchers Council. The Watchers Council has been belittling her all her career.
Yeah,
and she's like, guess what? You know what? I'm the one with power here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to set things straight.
Yeah.
And that's what it felt like from what I've been hearing. From this hearing, is what's going on.
Yeah, and so
it was a good vibe.
Well, she's also she really is like driving home the point that she does not want her dad as her conservator anymore, and she wants him removed immediately. I just don't understand why they don't just do that. It doesn't make any sense. And her dad has like opened up an investigation. He wants an investigation opened up into like all of her claims from the last time, and like he's like, I want to figure out, get to the bottom of this, but like. He says he wants her wishes reflected in the conservatorship, but if he wanted her wishes reflected in the conservatorship, wouldn't he just leave it? Wouldn't he just leave? She wants him out. That's her wish. He needs to go.
And the thing is, he wants control.
He wants control, and he wants money. This New York Times article that came out this last weekend, there's a part in it where it details that Jamie Spears goes around saying, I am Britney Spears. Like, it is all a power trip. The whole thing is a power trip.
Well, it's also like her as an object. And the thing is, like, I think even this week Zachary and I have been talking about it a lot, where like we even just saw Black Widow the other day, and we were talking about how the fact that the widows are really these objects for these men to be able to accomplish whatever they want to do. Even when we talked about Buffy, it was Buffy like a Slayer doing all that stuff for the Watchers Council, and I feel like that's kind of reflected in obviously Britney's real life situation where it's just very real, and I think it's I don't know I think the realness of it bounces off a lot of other people's interpretations of different stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a way that so. Like magnifies and also I don't know. I think it resonates with people.
Mm-hmm. I mean, looking back on like all of Britney's discography and everything, it's really haunting how much of it is just so prophetic to like what would happen in her life.
Because we've been playing a lot of Britney lately in our house.
Well, especially today.
We usually do play a lot of Britney.
On court days, we play Britney all day. So
yeah, and we usually do play Britney. I would say quite a bit. Mm-hmm. And even now, like listening to her songs, like I just like it's almost like I'm thinking about them in a different layer. Like like you said, it's prophetic, and it's almost like she sang these songs, she sang these lyrics, and people fit her into this box, and this is what she became.
Yeah. So Sam Ingham was removed from her conservatorship. He resigned. There was a part in it, and I don't know how true this is, but I'm hoping it's very true because it just seems so perfect. Is that I guess she texted him that she wanted to speak, and so he said that she texted him to speak or whatever, and she clarified. She said, "I only texted you because I don't have my new lawyer's number." Just like that's Britney Spears.
That's very her in interviews.
It is. She's got that fire and that attitude still. But she also said that she wants to build up her. This broke my heart. That she has this awareness about this, that she wants to build up her confidence so that she can go back out into the world. And it just like shows that she's, broken down. I was listening to Eat, Pray, Britney, and they had Troy from Dunzo podcast, and they were talking about Britney, and Troy said that he felt like Britney was like Tinkerbell, and like over all of this time, all these people just crushed her. In their hands, they just crushed her and crushed her spirit out of her. And I'm glad to see that she has, I mean, he's totally right in that podcast too. She is a whole different person now. And I guess we're all whole different people as we grow, but like the amount of trauma that's been inflicted onto her is insane. Also, Jody Montgomery, her conservator of the person right now, her temporary one, requested, fees to be paid for security from Britney, and that was denied by Britney's attorney, and they're going to revisit that at a later date, I think Monday. Bessemer Trust also stepped down as co-conservator of like her business affairs and her money and stuff like that, so it's only Jamie Spears now. They just need to, and then Jamie's attorney Vivian, whatever the hell her last name is, I don't know.
She was on that documentary too. Like every time I think about it, she was like, "Yes, I'm talking about this. I'm not actually retained by anyone right now."
She wants to be a celebrity attorney, is what she wants to be. She went on that whole press tour talking about like super condescending. Britney's daddy loves her. Her daddy wants her to know that he loves her. She kept using the word daddy, and like it just like it made my skin crawl. And so she made some accusations, a bunch of accusations. Noted Your Honor says his exact words for this part was Vivian made a slew of accusations that Britney may have been misinformed, misremembering, or lying. I didn't make any notes about this because it was honestly disgusting, and clearly none of the 12 lawyers involved in this case, however, challenged her on anything. It's Vivian really like. Hold on. Vivian asked the court to issue an investigation because Britney made accusations of people who didn't have the chance to respond to them, including several concerning accusations against Jody she would like to hear more about. Rosengart came in hot and said something to the effect of Vivian making disgusting requests that everyone had to remember why they were there, and it was how to best serve Britney, not to clear people's names. And I think that was I'm all for Rosengart at this point. Like, this is really the only chance we have to free Britney. I said we, but like, she is really like, I understand that there's a whole movement behind it, but it is Britney. At the end of the day, it's Britney there. She's fighting for her damn life.
Yeah. I don't know, the whole Vivian thing, like the whole like
she's snaky. She's snaky and she's
well,
crawly.
It's just crazy because I keep on thinking about her in the documentary, and I think it's crazy that she went from doing the documentary to being retained by Jamie Spears.
Mm-hmm. It just doesn't make sense that he's even like he's estranged from her. Why is he still conservator of her? She wants nothing to do with him. It just I don't know.
Control, money, like it's all there, and like the thing I keep on thinking about, and I know it's not super relevant right now, but the thing I keep on thinking about is that interview with Brian Spears where he says, "Well, then how is she going to know how to make a reservation at a restaurant?"
Yeah, I don't know. She seems pissed at her whole family, and she's not singling anybody out, which makes me think that she's pissed at her whole family until like she says otherwise. And so I'm curious to see how that's gonna go forward. But
she didn't she say something to the effect that she wants to pursue legal action against her family?
Yeah. So her Rosengard also said that it was inappropriate to respond to what may have been a mental health crisis in 2008 with conservatorship. There were other ways to have helped Britney, which were not pursued. So a conservatorship was just put in place immediately. The amount of time that it took for them to put the conservatorship in place, like it was like a 10-minute hearing. It was like nothing. And so he wants to kind of investigate that. I think the next court date is going to be late September so that he has enough time to kind of get all the details and kind of immerse himself in this case. And he's also going to work with Britney and file a petition to terminate the conservatorship, which is what she said she wanted 3 weeks ago. And Sam Ingham never did it. So it's like, whatever. I'm glad Rosengard's here to do that, though. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's the gist of what's going on here. When the court hearing started, a lot of people were saying that everybody was just fighting in the courtroom. It seemed like everybody was just throwing daggers at each other, and as of now, it seems like it's very clear what should happen. Jamie, first and foremost, should volunteer to step down. He should just step down, but he's not doing it, and that shows exactly what the kind of person he is, and what his reasons are for doing this. So,
I don't know. I'm really hoping that there's a tell-all after this.
I want her to just take time away. If she wants to retire, she retires. If she wants to do tell-off, she wants to do a movie. If she wants to do anything, I literally just want her to do whatever she wants to do.
The thing is, besides, yes, obviously she's going to get some income through her, like just her royalties right there.
Yeah.
She's going to get income no matter what. But at the same time, like, people have been vampires, sucking all of what she's created away from her.
Yeah.
And one good way to get at them and, just put some money in her pocket or in the pocket of the people she wants is to, like, tell her story.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that we get that in some form or another. If we don't, that's fine. It's her story to tell or not to tell. Mm-hmm. But it would be nice to have that.
I feel like she's going to. I would be very, very surprised if she didn't ever do some sort of long form interview, a documentary or something. I think she's going that direction. But she's got to be free first, and I'm hoping, I don't know how long these things take. I don't know if she can get free by the end of the year, but I would sure love it for her. It would be really, really nice.
Who do you want to interview her?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think an interview is the right way to go. I think she needs to get in touch with people who could make a really bomb-ass documentary. I think a documentary series that kind of is, because there's so much there that it can't just be in a 2-hour documentary. It needs to be like a freaking series, man. Like 2-hour-long episodes, and I think that would be fantastic. I would love to see that. But I mean, we'll just have to see. I mean, we're getting ahead of ourselves anyway. So, yeah, let's go ahead and move into Loki. What do you think?
Okay, guys. So
Loki.
Today we're talking about the finale of Loki, and I feel like the last 2 episodes and this one all feel like one big mashed up episode.
Yeah.
Where they basically go through this dimension and get in touch with the beast, and they go through all the Lokis, talk to all the Lokis, and suddenly they're at a mansion, right? And this one. and they go in and they meet Kang the Conqueror. And so I was very excited about Kang the Conqueror. And Kang the Conqueror, from my understanding and from the comics I have read, is a villain on par, if not greater than. I was about to say Loki.
Loki.
No, but gosh,
Thanos.
I don't know why that escaped me for a second. There's a helicopter with a Thanos thing on it. But anyways, it's on par, or if not greater than Thanos. And I thought this was possibly. I'm sorry if this is critical, and let me know if you saw any differently. But I think that this was possibly the weakest way to introduce him into the Marvel Universe.
I thought it was the weakest way they could have introduced him into the Marvel Universe, and I thought it was a very weak finale until the very end. But the episode felt like it was the episode before the finale, didn't it? It felt like
it felt very like
incredibly
stunted,
incredibly slow paced.
It did feel like the episode before the ending. Like it just didn't fit.
They have this whole like 20-minute just talking scene where he's like explaining his big evil plan and all of everything, and he's explaining everything, and it was just like the whole show led us to this point, led us here to you. I don't know who you are. Like I don't really get it. We should have seen you earlier or something like that, because
he's Kang the Conqueror.
But the impact is not there. The impact was not there because it was just he's just randomly here.
Yeah.
And then they just have a 20-minute like explanation scene where everybody's sitting around and talking about the big evil grand master plan, and it's like I almost wish like Sylvie would have come in, and the reason she was trying to get, maybe the whole show had been trying to get to this point because she's instead, as we all thought she was a variant of Loki, maybe she was actually a variant of Kang. Yes,
that would have been really cool.
I thought that would have been great, but I mean, like, and it would have made more sense. It would have been more of a shocker because it felt like they were really like. It felt like they were trying to make this like some sort of shocker or something like that. Like I was supposed to be like, but I didn't. I just like it was lackluster for me.
And it would have gone along with it a little bit better, I think, if she would have been a variant of Kang, because I think I just think it would have had a really good synergy if that had happened. And this is not to besmirch Jonathan Majors or his performance, because I really, really, really love Jonathan Majors.
Mm-hmm.
I think he took a script that didn't work and made it work for him, and I think he acted the butt out of this role while he was in it, but I don't think that this was an introduction worthy of Kang the Conqueror. And because for the most part, Loki and Sylvie are just, they talk to minutes for like a minute, and they go through, and then they talk to Kang the Destroyer, who just keeps on evaporating for like 20 minutes. And on the other side, which was a lot more interesting, Mobius and B-15 were basically taking down the TVA, and I actually found that a lot more interesting than what was going on.
I thought so too.
In the middle.
And you know what I was disappointed by is that B-15 didn't even get a name. I thought she would have had a name, like remembered a name, as soon as all her memories came back, and like we didn't even hear any sort of name. Mobius. I thought we were going to walk in and he was going to be like the big bad or something like that. But it just like, I don't know. The whole thing didn't really hit for me. I did like the very, very end where Loki like shows up and then
it was a twist. So, oh gosh. So basically everything that they've done. So, Loki himself is like, no, trust me, we probably shouldn't kill Kang the Conqueror, because it might diverge timelines, even though he murders millions and millions and millions, of people. And then Sylvie's like, guess what? I'm here to do one job, and that's murder this bee. And she sends him through the portal thing.
Yeah.
And she kills Jonathan Majors as Kang, which starts so many different timelines that diverge.
Yeah.
And
that was cool.
I thought it was really cool.
I thought that was cool.
And I thought it was brought more into contrast when Loki shows up at the TVA. He goes up to Mobius and he tries to explain what's going on wrong. But they have no clue.
Oh, that did hit for me. That part hit for me. It did.
I was like, what? And that's why it felt like not the last episode. It didn't feel like the last episode.
Yeah, but there should have been
the second to last
one
episode.
more episode.
Yes.
A seventh episode would have been better because it felt like, oh, you sneaky dicky, you sneaky mom.
Well, because you can leave movies out on a cliffhanger. You can leave books out on a cliffhanger. You can leave episodes out on a cliffhanger.
They leave
season finale. That's fine. That's fine.
Oh, okay.
But this wasn't the vibe of a season finale.
It didn't have the vibe of a season finale. Nope. And there's going to be people out there who...
It had the vibe of an episode
don't agree.
Wrap-up.
Yeah, there's going to be people who don't agree with it. And you know what? That is fine. You don't have to like it. You can like... I mean, you don't have to like our opinion, but we don't like the episode. And so...
And if you really loved it, I get it. Really great dialogue, beautiful visuals, great acting. It's just a story that I think that we had an issue with.
But I'm glad they did a little bit of something different. I'm glad it wasn't Falcon and the Winter Soldier. You know, I thought Falcon and the Winter Soldier, even looking back on it, it was so dull. It was so dull. There was an episode,
it was good but dull.
Well, there was an episode where we were supposed to cover together, and I could not bring myself to say anything about this fucking episode. And I was like, "What? I have nothing, Alastair.
Well,
nothing."
You were also busy at the time, so
but I had nothing. That show took me a lot to like have to sit through and like say something about. And
that's one of the reasons I didn't want to do that for Loki. And in some ways, I'm
I
happy about it.
I liked Loki.
Some ways, I'm not.
Loki had an aesthetic that I really, really enjoyed.
No, it was a very bisexual aesthetic.
I like the 70s thing, and I like the little clock that turned out to be evil, and the little cartoon clock that was like.
Well, and so we knew that there was probably going to be a end credit scene, right?
That was real short too. It was real like nothing.
It was 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Was
there an end credit scene?
No, we watched it through.
Okay. It just said
because it was just they were just writing on a piece of paper, Loki Lofferson, and then they were like, "Oh, renewed for season 2," and I was like, "Okay, this is your end credit."
Was this
it?
This
is the end credit you give me.
This is it. We should have gone and seen Black Widow a third time.
I don't like to pit shows against shows, but this is why WandaVision's much better.
Loki ain't getting.
This is why
nothing.
WandaVision got nominated for a limited series for the Emmys.
Elizabeth Moss, I hope you are hiking your rate up, your salary. I hope you're hiking it up after this shit show.
Elizabeth Moss or Elizabeth Olsen?
Olsen. Elizabeth Olsen.
What is going on?
What is happening? No, I like
and Elizabeth Moss.
And Elizabeth Moss.
You should get paid more too.
But I liked WandaVision better because I mean I feel like this was kind of a trilogy of shows, right? So it was WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, and then this one, and so I felt like WandaVision first, Loki, and then Falcon and Winter Soldier, and then we have other ones that are coming out soon too.
So the next one that's coming out is going to be the What If series.
Is that the next one?
Yes.
Okay, I have a lot of requests. Are we taking requests? Because I want to see some faggotry.
I mean,
some gayness.
Yes, definitely.
Gays, please. Queers.
Well,
Queers Gambit.
Queers Gambit. Well, I'm looking forward to the different scenarios that they bring us into, and maybe those can be kind of like different divergent universes.
Yeah,
we're kind of going into this whole realm where the MCU is like, freak it, we're not going to play on one playground. We're going to make multiple playgrounds to play in. And I think that's cool for a lot of actors. I think it's cool for a lot of storytellers. And I think that's going to be cool for the What If series. And I bet you they're using the What If series to see how people react to certain situations and whether they can make that come true.
Okay. I saw somewhere somebody kind of like two things here. I saw somewhere on Twitter somebody said that the Eternals were... they had a theory that the Eternals were going to clean up the mess that all of this, like, branches off of the timeline made. And then also, one of the episodes for What If is going to be, what if Disney had its first gay character.
No, it isn't. Is it?
And no, it's not.
Oh, that's the theory.
Just no, that's just me making a joke. What if Disney had its first openly gay character, and then we watch the episode, and it's like a quick peck on the cheek that they can cut out. It just goes like
off-screen peck on the cheek.
It goes like you just hear it as the camera pans to something else. Don't let Brando hear that; he freaks out. He'd bite her face off over that.
But what's really cool about this What If series is it's the last we're gonna hear of Chadwick Boseman.
Is he really? Was he in this? Did he film for this?
He voiced Black Panther. Well, he voiced T'Challa. I wouldn't say Black Panther because I think in this one he might not be Black Panther, but he voiced T'Challa in the series.
That makes me so sad.
And it's the last thing he did for the MCU. And that's going to be sad. But also,
we're just bringing this whole episode down, aren't we?
I didn't mean to. But then we're going to have Miss Marvel, and we have Hawkeye and Hawkeye. I feel like I keep on saying hot guy. I don't know.
He didn't get
I am really enjoying the MCU, and I know a lot of people think that's it's a bunch of just horse fodder, but you know what? It makes a lot of people happy. It makes a lot of people cry. It makes a lot of people mad. I just think people just enjoy it, and I do enjoy these stories, and I do enjoy what we got from Loki, even though I have criticisms on some of the episodes. I really enjoyed it.
So I love everything that they are like. I mean, I have criticisms for the show, but it was like 10 times better than Falcon and Winter Soldier. But I have mad respect for where they're going in it right now with the whole multiverse thing and all of the variants, and like I feel like that's going to be a big thing that's going to be super opened up in Doctor Strange, because Doctor Strange is going to be the first movie theatrical release that's going to show all of this stuff that's kind of been building, right?
No. Spider-Man Far From Home will be the first
Spider-Man Far From Home is going to be the first one that is going to be building everything.
Hopefully we get all the Spider-Mans, and then we get that one, and then we have Ant-Man Quantumania. Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania.
Before Doctor Strange?
And I think they all three...
Is that before Doctor Strange?
That's after Doctor Strange.
Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness I cannot sit through an Ant-Man movie.
You like it.
I did not.
Anyways, you will like it.
I'm going to like it.
You are going to like it?
Yes.
But, oh gosh, now I forget because it feels so good.
Okay.
No, I am really looking forward to this new phase, and I think that this is the phase where the studio is actually taking risks. The studio is making things that are a little bit different.
It felt like they were doing.
And I think that's very exciting.
Yeah, it felt like they were doing a back and forth thing, right? Like WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier.
WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier. I think Falcon and Winter Soldier felt very Captain America-ish.
It just felt like super by the books Marvel, earlier Marvel.
Well, it made sense for it to feel kind of like it's Civil War or Winter Soldier because it kind of was, but also with the twist of the critiques that it brought to the table. Mm-hmm. Loki was just, they were like, let's go crazy. Let's just
get crazy, get wild.
Have aesthetic in the show as much as possible. And for WandaVision, it was like, let's critique grief and bring in TV and let's talk about TV with all this that's going on. And I really appreciate all of those takes on this. Mm-hmm. And I think I've out-talked myself at this point.
I'm very excited for everything that's coming with it. I think they're moving in a really good direction if they keep taking risks, so let's just fingers crossed for that. But yeah, I guess we can kind of start wrapping up here. Thank you guys so much for checking into Coffee and Tequila this morning.
Thank you.
Hopefully tomorrow morning will be a little bit more upbeat, but every day is kind of, you have days like this sometimes.
I did have one thing.
What?
Gosh, I hope I saved it.
Well, the camera is going to shut off on its own.
Okay.
So you got a little bit of time, tiny bit of time.
Okay.
Minuscule.
No, I'm just going back. Okay,
yeah.
Back. Well, I just wanted to talk for half a second about, so this weekend we have the Escape Room thing coming out again.
Oh, Escape Room 2, yeah.
Escape Room 2, which we're kind of looking forward to. We'll see. And then they have like a Gunpowder Milkshake that just came out today. We haven't watched it yet, but it looks interesting.
Gunpowder milkshake.
You haven't seen that?
No.
People are talking about it. And then, I mean, we have like Love Island, I guess, coming out.
Yeah, that came out today, right? We were supposed to watch that today.
Oh, we weren't supposed to.
Not for this, just us. We wanted to.
Yes, we did want to. Today and tomorrow for that, I think. Yeah, and I think that's basically it. You know, if you get a chance, watch Black Widow because that was pretty great.
Do it 2 times at least, maybe a third time. I think we might actually go watch it a third time.
We might.
I think we're going to.
Which is funny because I watched it the first time and I was like, I really liked it. And then I listened to people talking about it and I was like, oh, maybe I didn't like it. And then we went to go watch it again and I was like, I love it.
I definitely, I was kind of lackluster on the first watch, and then the second watch I was like, yep. And then Hot Toys. We have our Hot Toy coming tomorrow, by the way, today, as you're watching this. And we're going to put that up for the video on talking about Black Widow and stuff like that. But Hot Toys put out a new pre-order for the Black Widow from this one. It has a gold belt.
Excruciating. Well, why did they put it out so late? I feel like
they've been doing it's like a year pre-order advance, so it's just.
Well, they've also been putting out some pretty weird ones, but anyways, this isn't.
I don't know. We asked for Padme. We didn't ask for Doctor Strange as Iron Man or Venom Groot. Who the hell asked for Venom Groot that we can't get Padme? I'm trying to complete my female heroines collection.
These are the issues that we are facing as a society right now.
You know what? Yeah, we're bitching. There's actually a lot of shit going down, Cuba, all of this. So, yeah. But this is the shit we're bitching about, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Look at our priorities.
Yeah, well, you guys come here to listen about not all that other stuff.
I've gotten a lot of messages asking us not to do politics, and so I'm going to. I understand that.
Have we been doing politics?
No, we haven't. But you're not allowed to do politics, and then because so many people don't want us to, I think I'm going to respect that because I think people just sometimes don't want to just hear that all the time, and sometimes people just want to come here and listen to entertainment.
I kind of want, and I think that you would agree with me, this place to be a place where people can go to and listen to and get away from everything that they're getting everywhere else. You know? Sometimes
it's really hard.
Well, because we want to be respectful.
Yeah.
We want to be very, very respectful of the properties and the people that we're talking to. This is my Love Island cup.
No, but what's in it? That's not that.
No, this is tequila. I haven't drank any yet. I put some lime in it. But so
that was what kind of tequila is that?
And by the way, one criticism of Love Island the series is their cups are not on par. You see this cup?
I don't like their water bottles this season.
You see this cup? The last time I was ecstatic. All of the cups they used, all of the water bottles they used, they sold out everywhere because people were like super into it. Now it's just a one white water bottle.
Yeah.
Like, come on, guys, step up the game.
All right, so our closing thing, Britney Spears' Blackout. What is your favorite track on Britney Spears' Blackout, baby?
Oh, me?
Mm-hmm. A lot of good ones. We've got number 1, Give Me More. I can't see them.
Oh, sorry.
See this shit? You just what?
Us with the one menu at a restaurant.
Number 1, Give Me More. 2, Piece of Me. Radar. Break the Ice. Heaven on Earth. Get Naked. Freak Show. Toy Soldier. Hot as Ice. Ooh, Ooh, Baby. Perfect Lover. Why Should I Be Sad? I'm going to go with Heaven on Earth.
Is it only 12?
Yeah.
Why did I think it was more?
I don't know. I'm going to go with
This is just side B.
No, baby. Baby, that's the whole thing.
Okay. Oh, yeah, side A, side B. Okay. Heaven on Earth.
Is that what you're going to pick, dude?
Yes, Heaven on Earth.
I think Heaven on Earth is my favorite track from Blackout, so we're going to go with that. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we hope you have a fantastic rest of your Thursday. What is your favorite track from Blackout?
Let us know in the comments down below.